Greetings and welcome to episode 44 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Knights of St. John campaign. And this, my friends, how we left it last time, where peace has settled for now at very least. As you can see, we have finally brought Britain under full control, despite several rebellions breaking out, particularly around London. And even now we can expect some more. As you can see here, they really are resisting this occupation considerably, hugely. Probably this is probably the fiercest resistance occupation I've ever seen. I kid you not, my friends. Even with a military crackdown, which is going to be, looks like, reduced greatly now in the next couple of years. Even then, look at the resistance here. It really is extraordinary. Clamour to reform is high, but look at that. Resistance for occupation 18. So London is not going to be giving up very, very quickly, especially the lower classes here, as you can see. The lower classes don't like it at all. The upper classes, they've absolutely fell into line pretty quickly, to be honest with you. Mind you, we have a huge military presence around London. Look at this. Absolutely huge. But we also have some absolutely magnificent armies. We really, really do. Let's just cast our eyes. I mean, look at these armies. They really are the absolute creme de la creme here. We do have a few 12-pounders still left in here, which do have to be retrofitted, of course, in the field. We've also got another army. Look at this. Look at that. They really are starting to put some phenomenal armies together. Really have. Look at this. We've got the riflemen here. We've got a lot of line infantry guards coming down here from Scotland. We've also got these armies here. General Jean-Luc Hill. And also of General Ernok here. These were the armies that repressed the initial rebellion in and around London. As you can see, this is the London garrison, packed to the rafters with Marines and Grenadiers. Cuirassiers, lots of cannon as well. So London is sealed off. We will probably get another rebellion. It's probably inevitable, to be honest with you. The amount of anger within the sort of the general populace is considerable. Now, as you can see here, we've got a huge amount of income as well coming in off from the British trade here. Britain really is an economic powerhouse. It really, really is. We've just managed to land flush on them just transitioning into full economic powerhouse here. Look at this steam cloth mill eventually. Look at that, 120,000 in gold we've got. Extraordinary. Also, you might consider here, we've got our ally Sweden, which really are a very, very strong ally of ours, as you can see here. But look, cast your eyes upon this army. Look at that. That is an absolute brute of an army. I mean, look at that, packed with Marines, superior line infantry. My goodness me. And for some reason, they've decided to land off the coast here of Scotland, of Edinburgh. We've also got armies here, up in the Highlands. And I'm not sure what this army is like here. Let's have a look. Look at that. Wow. Farmlands. Jäger, is it? I really am sorry if I mispronounced that. I probably pronounced that terribly, but look at this. Absolutely phenomenal units they've got in here. Absolutely wonderful units that the Swedes have. It's absolutely fantastic to see. We've got a fine selection of fleets here as well. Now, our fleets are not of that capacity at all, but for some reason, we have got ourselves a lot of Admiral's flagships here. We can only build these first rates for some reason. We can't, for some reason, even with the full capacity of the naval hospital, we can't build the sort of flag, the first rate ship of the lines. I don't know why. We seem to be very, very sort of curtailed in what we can do here. Now, look at the sheer size of this titan that is the Netherlands. I have never seen the Netherlands move. Look at it. It is absolutely monstrous. They've stretched all the way here to the borders and indeed taken Russian cities. Honestly, they are the single greatest power possibly that I've ever seen in any campaign. And they don't like us at all. Minus 128. That is their relationship with us. They really loathe and detest us. Hostile. They're at war with Austria and with Russia. Now, Russia's probably keeping them busy for a while. Now, they are allies with Sweden, so Sweden's loyalty could be tested here, because let's be absolutely honest, if you've got the Netherlands at the moment as one of your allies, you're going to side with them if they go to war with us. That's just going to be a given, so we've got to be very careful what we do here. As you can see, we've managed to land ourselves, fortunately, a real powerhouse here. Then if we move down here, into Malta, which is our sort of main inland here. Look at this, we've got just absolutely huge amounts of money coming in here from trade. 144,000 coming in, huge amount here. We've also got Tunis under our control. Now we are also allied with the Mughal Empire, which is also good to see. They've got themselves this year, but we've also got New Spain, another ally here. So we've got Tunis as the main sort of city here in North Africa. Now, the reason we got it, and this was the council as well, is because we can strike the sort of underbelly here of Italy. It really would give us that ability to strike into the underbelly here of Italy. Striking, because I wouldn't imagine they've got a lot here. Perhaps Rome would be the stiffest opposition we'd face, but again, we could probably strike Naples as a sort of a starting point. We might even just scout out what's going on here in Rome, just in case we do need to strike. But as you can see here, we've got a fine army here, and we can also put a very, very good army together from Tunis. And we're also investing a huge amount of money in Tunis as well, as you can see, to bring everything up to full spec, including guards, which would be excellent here. Now, we're also a huge trading partner of the Ottoman Empire. Now, the Ottoman Empire, I think we are, yes, without a shadow of a doubt, we are the biggest trading partner of the Ottoman Empire. 35,000 gold is flowing in and out of the port here in Thessaloniki. And we've also, the 13 colonies here. Russia's got a huge amount coming in here. I'm assuming it's heading for Crimea. But if they lose the Crimea, they will lose a massive amount of money coming in here. They don't have any of the ports here on sort of the Black Sea. So if Crimea falls, they'll be in a lot of trouble. With Moldova and Kiev falling to the Dutch, that is a possibility. Now, Moscow, of course, is going to be the absolute apogee here. If they take Moscow, then they really do control, perhaps, I mean, look at all these towns that are on fire here. Look how close they are to the capital. They are, in fact, look at it, every single town surrounding the capital is on fire. That's the magnitude of the battle that the Russians have. I quite honestly, I don't think the Russians can hold this back. I think that the Dutch are going to effectively probably take Moscow at their own behest, as it were. So we're going to be probably looking at, I know they've got all the way down here, Russia. They've got Esfahan, Persia as well. Luckily they have established themselves down here. And they've got some armies down here which they could probably send. But to be honest with you, I think if the Dutch want to roll in on Crimea and indeed Moscow, I think they can do it. Now, we've got Sweden, but we're not going to count on Sweden, so we're going to count on our own, stand on our own 2 feet. Now, of course, we also have our holdings here, our very, very important holdings here in the subcontinent. We've also, thankfully, got the Mughal Empire as our allies, and I'm hoping that they would also join us. I don't know, Ottoman Empire, so they don't have any association at all, the Mughal Empire, with the Dutch. So that would be excellent, because that would definitely mean the Mughal Empire would join us if the Dutch, as you can see here, who have established quite a strong presence here in the Arabian Sea. We've got to be very, very careful of that, and they've also got Ceylon here, so again we have to be extra vigilant. Because we did have a few skirmishes in and around Trichinopoly here. But again, we've established, oh, look at that there, the college here, but I think we might be getting a few problems in terms of reform. As you can see, just about under control. If we bring that college into full fruition, that's the reason why. That's why, for some reason we had that, unless there was, yeah, it looks like, I think we had to fight a rebellion here, if I'm not mistaken. And the college was the target, so got to be careful what we're doing here, because what will that -5 to happen? So in other words, that'll tip them into a rebellion. And it looks like we'll have to possibly increase our presence here militarily to counter that. I think we're definitely have to have more guns and also more infantry units here. So let's get that going, because we've got more than enough in the bank here. Let's get 3 more regiments here, and let's get some 24-pounders here of both calibers. We've thankfully got a real very, very strong ally here in the Mughal Empire, as you can see, very, very plus 316, so we really are absolutely intertwined here, as it were, in the subcontinent. And our incomes and outgoings are pretty much mutual, so we've got to... Now we've also got the Spanish here as well, again allied with Spain, which is good. And as you can see, they are pretty strong here as well, in terms of the sheer numbers, not the quality. The quality isn't there. They've got the Lancers here. That charge bonus of 30 for those Lancers is incredible. But it is a sort of a mutually binding pact we have with them here. I think we might need to get some... oh, look at that. I think we'll try and get these spies up and running as well. We'd like to see what's in Ceylon here. And also we'll send them further afield. Perhaps seeing what's in here, because if the Dutch come down this way here, then we'll have to see what's going on. Let's move our spy here to Azerbaijan. Look at that. So Russia's sending more and more troops up this direction here. Are they foreshadowing what's to come? And of course, thankfully, the Ottomans do still control a great swathe of territory. But Sofia here has been taken. Now that is a bit unusual here. Let's check the diplomatic status here. They're at war with the Ottomans in Venice here, the Ottomans, so that's okay. Now, as you can see, look at the income there, that's extraordinary. We're building our presence here now. The New World, that offers a different prospect altogether. We have effectively a huge footprint here in the Caribbean. So the Dutch, surprise, surprise. We've also got here the Jamaica, and we've also got the Bahamas. We've also got Spain and Florida and Cuba, which is good for us. We've also got the New Spain here, thankfully, with all of the sort of South America under their control, apart from Punda. Hispaniola here as well, under Dutch control. Dutch control here, they're starting to build their presence even into sort of in the southern part of the states here as well, Kentucky, Cherokee and Savannah and Georgia. We've got the 13 colonies here. Now I'm not sure how they're going to pan out in terms of now that Britain has sort of fallen, how they're going to really react to that. Will they become the United States? We can only hope so, because I say that because the United States can be a very, very, very good ally. We've still got the Iroquois here. The Mughal Empire have managed to sort of insert themselves into Canadian territory as well. Rupert's Land is under rebel-held territory. Still got a few native Indians here and here, but for the most part we have established, and we've also, I believe, got Newfoundland. Yes, indeed we have. So we've got ourselves a very, very strong footprint here within the New World, which is exactly what the Council requested we do. So again, we're just going to keep our presence strong here. We've got a very strong force here, but we do need to retrofit it. Definitely need to retrofit that. We might have to bring additional forces into the region here. We've got a Royal Palace here, but that's only giving us 12 pounds. So we need 24 pounders in there, so that might have to be retrofitted. So we might have to ship in additional units into here. And also we've got 800 there and 2,850 here. Mind you, this is an extraordinarily rich area, French Guiana. And we also, if I'm not mistaken, have a huge presence here on the trade nodes. And we've got Austria here, but we're not sure if we've got here Russia. That's Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Russia. So that's not too bad at all here. So the provinces aren't anywhere near here. Let's check Ivory Coast. Again, we have 3 of the 5 trade nodes here as well. That's where most of our money's coming in from, is this trade here. Now that's Sweden, an ally, and I'm not sure that is here. That could be free. That could actually be free. There's nothing coming out here to join this line here, so we might even get some more additional units in here. Let's quickly just check what is in there. So it's it's Venice. Venice is in there, I do beg your pardon. And here as well we've got that, so they've got a huge amount of money going in and out. Look at that, 53,000 coming in out of there, wow. Straits of Madagascar again. We've got 4, I beg your pardon, of the 5 trade nodes. Here is Spain, an ally of ours again. And also in East Indies. Now East Indies is a different prospect. We've had some trouble establishing a trade presence here. Because we've been effectively kicked out of here by our enemies. So we had to move out of there. We might send another scout ship in and see what's going on. But what we're doing now is Britain is going to be the main focal point for now. But we're going to also start scouting Italy. We're also going to start scouting other Dutch territories because we just need to find out what they're up to. And to that end, I think we need some sloops. Let's just get some 6 rates here. Wait a minute. Now we do have a naval presence here. What will this give us? The dry dock. We can't still get first rate ship of the line, which is an absolute menace. It really is. Or the most we can get is 4th rate ship of the lines here, which won't stand up to the Dutch at all. What can we recruit here? We can't get any more sloops. We've got 10 of 10s. We've maxed out there. So I think what I have to do is get some ships. We want to get these spies we have here out into the wider world. So from here, let's begin our recruitment of additional ships that will get those spies out. I think we've effectively got everything we possibly can here. That's well under control here. In Abanaga here. We just missed out on Hyderabad, which would have been an absolutely phenomenal take here. Look at the income there. Absolutely extraordinary. And the resources in this area are considerable. But we didn't get it. But we did manage to get Mysore, which really is incredibly mineral rich. Right, let's start building. Now, what we're doing here now is we're building towards the war with the Dutch. I think it's inevitable. As we become more and more powerful, much stronger, should I say, it's going to be inevitable the Dutch are going to turn their attention to us because they don't want a strong sort of nation on their doorstep, which, let's be honest, is just a stone's throw away from France. So again, we just got to be on our toes here. Got to bring all our forces together. As you can see, we've been in some pretty brutal fights here, trying to repel and repress these rebellions, which hopefully will come to an end eventually. I think what we'll do is just put this army. I think we need some cannon in here as well. And we've got more reinforcement. We need cannon in this army here to really sort of give it that balance. And also Edinburgh is completely and utterly safe here. We've got an army group here in and around the city. We've also absolutely just upgraded everything we possibly can. Ireland is secure as well, as you can see. We do need a general in here, so we'll put a general in here. And I think we probably need additional line infantry here. Can we? We can't. We might have to send some armies over here. We've got Denmark over here as well. I've forgotten about Iceland up here, so Denmark as well. So we can't do anything else at the moment. Hopefully we can still push through with our research here. We're way behind everybody else at the moment. We've got a lot of research centres, but we're way behind most things here, particularly on the metal industries, textile industries, the agriculture, and also the philosophy. Actually, philosophy's not doing too bad at all. Free trade doctrine will give us what exactly? Plus the bonus growth in trade routes. That'll be a huge boost to our trade. That's almost 50% increase. That's huge. And plus 25% wealth generated by ports, which again, our ports are bringing in an absolute bucket load of money. So again, this free trade doctrine will be absolutely phenomenal. We definitely want to abolish slavery, which is an absolute abhorrent practice. So we definitely want to get that done as well. I think we're going to end the turn here. We're going to just slowly build up here, but I think a war with the Dutch is not too far off. I think they're going to push their weight around quite a bit. I don't think they're going to be taking too kindly to us having Britain under our control, especially the way they dislike us. Mind you, our naval forces really are incredibly weak, which is the problem. and we can't build any more first-rate ships. Effectively, what we have to do is just build fourth-rate ship of the lines, and just effectively just put absolutely tons and tons of naval forces in each fight to try and whittle them down. Yeah, right, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens, my friends. I'd like to thank all of you for Wonder Advice from last episode as well. Absolutely extraordinary. They've pushed the Russians out here. Hopefully Russia will keep them busy for a while while we gather our strength. The United Provinces are just extraordinarily strong. I'm always keeping an eye on the map here because you just see them slowly but surely pushing deeper and deeper into Russian territory. Now, Spain and Venice are allies, that's why they got them here. I think they might just go for Morocco there eventually. Ottoman Empire, a very strong ally of ours and an incredible trade partner. In fact, I think the Ottomans are our oldest allies, which is good to see. Looks like the Russians are establishing a port here as well. Probably very, very apt to do that, considering the pressure they're under from the Dutch. You've almost got this sort of pincer movement here. Look at the pincers here, they're growing around here. With sort of this sort of arm, this finger of the Moscow sort of territory just poking into this. But look at that, that's a pincer. Almost looks like a crab pincer. Russia. What is Sweden doing? No one knows what Sweden doing outside. Nothing at all. Maybe they're just there to help us, who knows. New Spain, again one a very old ally of ours. Mughal Empire. Afghanistan, and that. Oh, look us on strike now. There's another rebellion brewing. See, the military crackdown has eased, so that you can definitely see another rebellion coming very, very soon indeed.
Signor, pronti agli ordini. Mio sire.
So we definitely need artillery. Oh, look at that. Horse Guards artillery, definitely. For that army there, absolutely incredible. Hang on a minute. Are you telling me we don't have 24-pounder? Surely not. It's not available yet. Well, I'll be. One more turn do we get 24-pounder. Well, I'll be. They didn't even have howitzers. Wow. What are we lacking here? Engineering school. I think we'll go straight for engineering school. Let's invest in this as well. Anything else we're missing here? No, we've got everything else. In Ireland, I think everything is at full capacity here in Ireland as well. Yes, indeed. Anything else we're missing here? We're just in the middle of building this Iron Masters works. Again, we're just going to reap all the benefits here of this incredible industrial base that Britain has here. That includes a college here as well at Oxford, and we've got Cambridge. Minsk has fallen as well. My goodness me, they've absolutely run rampant here. It would be intriguing to find out what's in and around here. It really would. We don't have any spies in and around here. But that battle for Moscow, I don't think is too far off. What we can do is send our spy up there as close as we can up the road here into Azerbaijan. Oh, that's a lot of spat. Oh my goodness me, that's a lot of Russian forces. But they're taking a hit here. That's a lot of Russian forces there. Perhaps they're not quite done just yet. We are going to increase. We're increasing our capacity here. And also additional force, 24-pounder, another 24-pounder in here. Excellent. additional. So that's what we've got to do. We've got to get 4th rates. That's all we've got. That's our maximum we can get. Construction. And wooden's here. In my zone, that's excellent to see. That's full. We almost got free trade dropped in. Look at that. We'll open up this global trading company. Look at that. That will give us a huge increase here into regional wealth all over. That'll be excellent to see. Again, we won't see much action now, but we're just gonna actually. I don't know if we can. Are those ships available yet for us? Indeed, it is. Let's just load up our first ship here. Let's get our agents moving. We need to gather as much intel as we possibly can. Let's see what's in Ceylon. Perhaps we can just go past Ceylon here and see what's going on. Oh, look at that. An entire army group. Oh. Cuirassiers, VOC cavalry, colonial light, riflemen. They've got the whole kit and caboodle here. That's a very strong force, and they've got an army here as well. They've got an army in here, full one. My goodness me, that's a very, very strong force. Good grief. I did not realise how strong they were here. We can't afford to underestimate them at all. Right, we're going to put together a force here as well, I think. That includes Cuirassier. Plus 13, that's excellent. We're also going to need howitzers. And we are going to definitely reconfigure our army here, because if these come for us, we're going to be in trouble. -1. That's why we've got the problems. The clamour for reform is an absolute brute. If it wasn't for this army here, we would be in trouble. Settlement fortifications, I don't think so, but fortunately we've got a pretty strong army in Arcot here, but that's what's giving us the problems. Everything else is at full capacity here, which is good to see. We do need loom power and steam engine to get this. This will give us, look at that, the regional wealth. My goodness me, that's extraordinary. Right, let's focus on getting another agent out into the wild, as it were.
Impossibile.
Sì, vostra maestà. Pronti a virare.
Come posso esservi utile?
Right, let's get out into the wider world. We'll definitely send them to Europe. We don't know what's going on. And also here as well. Both of them are going to go to Europe. We're going to flood Europe with intelligence agents, spies, so we know exactly what's going on.
Spiegare le vele. Ordini ricevuti. Ancora in perfetta
Sono al
efficienza.
vostro servizio.
Can't quite make it here, but we will move into that territory there. 8,800 coming from here. Look at this. 27,000 coming from here.
Ordini. La nave è in condizioni perfette. Ammainare le vele.
Again, we're biding our time here. Hopefully Spain can get itself back on its feet as well. Oh, look at that. The Spanish Marines, absolutely extraordinary regiments. The Dutch have dealt, oh my goodness, we've got Fusiliers as well. They really have phenomenal. We want to know what's going on here. We definitely want to know what's going on in Paris, in case we need to strike against them here. Wait a minute, Sweden have got Prague and Dresden. The plot thickens, my friends. Let's end the turn here. Let's keep an eye on what's going on. There's Austria. They are very powerful, Austria. United Provinces. I wonder what they were doing now, the Dutch. At the moment, nothing yet. I wonder if they gave the Swedes those two territories. Every possibility they might have done. Ottoman Empire. Russia. I wonder what Russia can do though here. It'll be fascinating to see what their response will be, because do they have the muscle to be able to push back the Dutch? That really is the key question. I'm not sure what they're doing here, but they're taking their time to decide what they want to do. Are they going to strike back against the Dutch? I'm always fascinated to see what happens when you have two huge titans fighting each other, standing toe to toe. It does really provide an intriguing insight to how they sort of operate, especially when the Dutch really do, well, they do actually control all of Europe and the greater part of the Eastern Europe as well. So they are the dominant force in the world, bar none. I mean, I know that Russia looks like it's got a lot of territory, but if the Moscow was to fall, a huge part of that map would then become orange. And the Ottomans, again, looks like they got a huge amount, and again, they do have, but you take some of those larger lands out of it, you're going to lose that. But the Dutch have those smaller regions that don't look very much, but they make up a vast amount of land combined. Looks like they're just sending in lots of individual units here. The Russians. That makes it an intriguing fight. Russia's up to a lot. Sending one of their fleets out. I wonder why Sweden's got the tattered flags here as well. I would assume as our allies and the Dutch's allies, their income would be pretty considerable, but you never know. There they are now. They're starting to combine the forces. That's more like it, Russia. They're starting to combine their forces now. I think they're gearing up for a fight with the Dutch. Sweden. Louisiana, which we did have trouble. New Spain would have been a staunch ally. Local Empire. Woudenberg, Afghanistan. And again, back to us. Yeah, here we go. They're on strike now. Yeah, we're gonna have trouble here. -2. We've got a lot of problems here. I think what we will do, I think we'll get some more infantry here as well. You can just see we've got another rebellion happening here as well. Oh, look at that! Oh yes, at last. That's more like it. Now our growth will be huge. That's more like it. Look at that. We'll have a huge explosion in trade income now. My goodness me. Here as well, we're going to invest a good considerable amount of money, even though they're just flowing between each other. As you can see here, we've got the trade from Calcutta moving down into Madras here, but then it's moving out further along. As you can see, out to here. All the way along here, and then out into the wider world. That's why we've got that. So 8,400. This road here, this link here, joins the income from this whole region, travels down here, and when it joins this route here, it then becomes this 8,000, will be more soon. So once this increases, and that increases in side of the trade port, then this trade port increases as well. This will explode the trade here. 13 colonies in Russia. Russia's got nothing coming in here. They've been cut off from the East Indies. Yeah, that's, well, let's get our spies out here. A riot, sir. Exactly what... there it is. There. See, exactly what we expected. Now we've got 24 pounders as well. There it is. Beautiful. And these armies are at full
I vostri
capacity.
ordini. Signore!
By Jove, we shall not allow them to stand over us. We just simply will not allow it. Ah. Now there's nothing coming out of here, so that would be a waste of 10,000 here and there. But here, in Bristol, definitely. And also here, especially out of Greenwich. Oh no, Greenwich is not coming here. Has no connections there either. It's only Bristol and, I beg your pardon, Newcastle that have those immediate links here. We don't need these yet because they're not linking to anything. I wonder now if we can also increase it. We can indeed. My goodness me, the trade coming in here would be extraordinary. There's nothing going on here. Ships here. Is there anywhere else? Of course, in the New World. Here. And here. Let's get the Caribbean holdings up. Absolutely spot on. What's that? 800 there. 1,102 here. 1,080. So this one here. And here. The economy is absolutely going to be coming first here. Now we've got that researched. That's going to be fantastic to see. And Newfoundland as well, which is actually one of the most popular regions. Look at that, we spent 120,000 on upgrading our trade networks. Wow. Got a very strong army here in the Jamaica as well. Just in case. Excellent. Looking at that now, that's good to see. Very strong here in Mysore. It's only in Karnataka here that's giving us the problems. College. That's being increased here. To have a full modern university here. Newfoundland's got full exchange up, and we've also got the ordnance here as well. Excellent to see. Oh, look at that. Free trade doctrine is now up and running. That's excellent. 9,000 there. Mind you, our spending has gone up considerably. Look at the trade coming in out of here. My goodness me, look how much spices are taking. Wow. 5,400, £100, £50 going in India. Look at a tea. Look at the spices, it's extraordinary. New Spain is, Ottoman Empire is just soaking up their resources. Look at that, 36,000 the income, they're expending on ivory, sugar, spices, lots and lots of spices, my goodness me. Not many, only 16 sacks of coffee, 23 bales of cotton, furs, 27 pelts. It's the ivory and sugar and spices that really are bringing in a huge amount of money for us. How are our ministers doing here? Oh gosh, look at the treasury, my goodness me, extraordinary. America? Only 2, -4? What the blazes is going on here? We've got to definitely get this gentleman out of here. Oh yes, perfect. Now that will see an increase there. Look at that. The man we needed has gone in there. Oh, that's extraordinary. That's excellent. The Americas has now finally got something decent there. And that's gone up 31,000. There we are, straight away. I don't know what the heck was going on there. But he's a terrible American minister. We hadn't finished seeing, we hadn't seen him before. That was my fault. Tax levels. Oh, look at that. They don't like the tax levels there. We might lower the tax levels here for the lower classes. It'll decrease our income, but I think that might be worth it. It might bring things under control here a little bit. Yes, it has. end the turn here, my friends. It's probably the last turn here. I know I've not seen any action, but we're just slowly building back up here. Because we have been, remember the fight we had for Britain. It was an extraordinary fight. It drained a lot of our forces, our power away from us for a long time. If the Dutch attack us, we have to be ready. We might even preempt the fight against the Dutch, but we have to make sure everything is absolutely squared off. Because if you go against an enemy that size and you're not ready, you're not prepared, you haven't crossed every T and dotted every I, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Ottoman Empire. Good to see the Ottomans still strong. I'm hoping they can start combining these armies together. Russia. Russia. Not done anything here, and the Dutch have effectively stopped their assault against. Hang on a minute. Have they taken the Crimea? Have the Dutch taken the Crimea down here? Is that under? I don't believe they've taken the Crimea. Well, that'll be. Surely not. Is that the Crimea now under Dutch control? That means only Bulgaria is left. Sort of an island in this sea of enemy, my goodness me. Let's check, see if they've taken Crimea or not. Single solitary Russian ship. Sweden. They've lost the Crimea. Wow. Seems we have a raiding force here of new Spanish pals on the move here for some reason. That is strange. Afghanistan. Oh, excellent. Yeah, we got problems brewing here.
Sì?
Right.
Signore, i vostri ordini?
We got. Yeah, they're good for riot control and civil suppression. But I think we've got this city now firmly under control. So I think we might just ease back than we've got here. I think cannon is going to be more important in the long term. Still stable. That's good. Wait a minute. That's wrong. It hasn't dropped at all. We're getting these attacks here. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a minute. They're at war with Spain. That's why we see that movement. So it looks like they're going to looks like they're going to go for Ahmednagar, and also Malwa. Wow. There it is, rebellion. There it is. Oh, 33rd foot. Wow. again. Wow. So into seeing.
See?
Of course, we've got to get this under control. I think we'll pounce on that as soon as we can.
Vostra
Here.
Maestà, i vostri ordini, Maestà. Mio sire, signore, i vostri ordini pronti.
To here,
Uomini, avanti!
we need 3 howitzers. Excellent.
Vostra Maestà,
I think we'll send these gentlemen here. Yep,
signore, i vostri ordini.
across to here.
Uomini,
Ireland.
avanti! In attesa di ordini.
Anywhere else that needs upgrading here? Not yet. Excellent.
Ufficiale sul ponte.
Spies have arrived. Let's check the underbelly here. Italy. Okay. Oh, that's a strong force there. My goodness me, that's a strong force.
Cosa desiderate?
Check down here
Posso
next.
farlo.
Flotta pronta. Levare l'ancora.
Ooh. Oh, they're still in France, but wow, they got armies everywhere. Let's land here.
Piegate le vele.
Punto nel
Tutti al proprio posto.
Vostra Maestà.
Waiting for Paris.
Non posso arrivare.
Sì, vostra maestà. Ordini ricevuti, capitano. Pronti a ripartire.
That's where I'm going to end this episode, my friend. I think they've lost the Crimea. They have lost the Crimea. Wow. Look at that. There's it. I mean, they got an army there. There's an army there. There's an army there. There. And there. Oh my gosh. And there in the Ukraine. My goodness me. Look how many armies in and around Moscow. I'm not sure how long they can hold out the Russians.
La furtività è il mio scudo.
Going on the coast road here. In Chechnya, but my goodness me, my friends, what an extraordinary sight to see the Dutch so strong. And they've ripped away a huge income here from the Russians. The Russians' income here has absolutely just fallen through the floor. They don't have any link here to the outside of the Mediterranean at all now. Normally they have a link coming from the Crimea into here, which link out to the greater trade route here. They've got nothing at all linked in here. Wow. Well, my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I know that we haven't had much of a fight here, and in fact what I will do is end this episode by moving this army in to fight these rebels.
Signore,
It's starting to become quite the army here. That will be for
facile
next
preda.
episode, my friends. I think we should deal with those, but again, we've got to put these rebellions to an end. But I hope you've enjoyed this episode, my friends. As always, please leave your comments coming down below. Thank you for all of your wonderful advice and comments and suggestions and tactics. Have been absolutely fantastic. Hope you're all being safe, my friends. Whatever you're doing, please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.